Good evening, guys. This is September 20th, Friday evening. This is my diabetes walk for blood sugar control. The walking where I stand, guys. Got out to a late start tonight, but hey, any start is better than no start, guys. Any start is better than no start. Where my diabetics at, guys? Comment below. Let's get it started. Let's get moving. Wherever you are, you can walk in place if you have to. Just walk around the block, walk to the stop sign. So guys, I had my telehealth appointment with my new primary care. Had to get her up on board, bring her up to task with my healthcare needs. She went over the labs that she had took in office last week. She loved them, of course, and immediately she tried to change things. No. I have a plan. I quickly told her that. My history, where I started as A1C 14, A1C of 14. My history of osteomyelitis, having osteomyelitis four times, and with risk of amputation each time. My having bilateral gangrene, which even the doctors say is very unusual. I bet on both feet gangrene. That was the first case he saw. Even after the yearly episodes of osteomyelitis, I still had repeated diabetic infections. So for years I had a hold by the podiatrist against walking for exercise, because even when I walked in my daily life, I was getting infections. So, and that was following doctor's advice of a balanced diet, the balanced diet in which you were on insulin and you had to eat carbs to prevent the insulin from dropping your blood sugar too low. So you had to eat carbs, and over time that wore down your pancreas, so you had to take more insulin, and then you had to eat more carbs to keep your insulin from dropping your sugar too low. And it's like a vicious cycle. That's the progressive fatal disease, or that leads you to chronic kidney disease or dialysis. So, and I was already on the cycle to amputation. So I knew I had to do something, and I had a good podiatrist many times. Me, so he really wanted to save my feet. So on my end, I wanted to do something to stop the disease process. So how you doing? So I started to look at what they were, the new approach, or a different approach of getting to the root cause of insulin resistance, that our bodies were overloaded with too many carbs, and that our cells were jammed with carbs, our cells were jammed with so much insulin from eating so much carbs that we couldn't get the blood carbs, or the sugar out of our bloodstream, out of our blood. So that's when I found the keto diet. And that's when I found 1 meal a day and intermittent fasting. And the way I do it, I do a meal zone. So I don't know, is that really 1 meal a day? But my meal is stretched over a meal zone between 12 and 4-ish, you know. Sometimes it's 11:45 to 4:15, but you know, depending on my schedule. And it's because I already had such severe neuropathy all throughout my body. It damaged my stomach. Neuropathy in the stomach is called gastroparesis. So, and and I already had gout. You know, that's an associated disease that a lot of diabetics are prevalent to. So, my form of a keto diet is vegan keto because I just can't eat this. When I eat meat, it just sits there and comes right back up because of the gastroparesis, or my body can't process it anyway. It turns into uric acid, and then my joints suffer. So I eat vegan keto, and then over time, my blood sugar came down. Over time, the way my infection moved started to change, but I was still, I still was getting infections, but the quickness to the bone, before I was getting, every time I got an infection, went straight to the bone so quickly, I couldn't believe, it was astonishing. Because, one thing they don't tell you is that when you take insulin, it takes the the sugar out of the blood and jam it into your tissue. So whenever you get a cut and the bacteria gets in your tissue, the bacteria feeds off the sugar in your tissue. So once you have so much sugar in your tissue, it's a feasting ground for bacteria. So the answer is to remove the carbs from your diet so that your body can eliminate all that backload of carb and sugar that's loaded up in your body. So as I stayed on the keto diet, my infection process slowly changed. But my body was still highly insulin insensitive, not only insulin resistant. So over time, my blood sugar, my A1C went down, and it stayed down. But now I'm getting older and older and older. So I have an A1C of 6.4 for about 4 years. But, I still get infections. I still have to, take it very serious. I would get infections on a regular rate, but the osteomyelitis, I was avoiding that because I was on the keto diet. And so that was slowing the infection rate down. Then all of a sudden last year, I started gaining weight. And all of a sudden I had blood sugar behind the eye. That's called retinopathy, and my liver numbers started to skyrocket. And that you're getting older now, and your body is changing. So what worked for you, you just need a little help because she knew I wasn't eating any carbs. It's just that your body is starting to change. You just need a little help. So I did my research. So I definitely wasn't going to use insulin to jam more sugar into my flesh. So I found that Ozempic causes your pancreas to function better. It causes your pancreas to use its own insulin more effectively. And when I got on the Ozempic and it meshed with the keto diet I was already on, it was like bam, 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 poof, magic. My A1C fell from 6.4, 6.7 to 4.9 without any lows. My podiatrist looked at my feet on my next appointment and said, Mr. Rogers, you can start walking now. You can start exercising now. You can start walking for exercise. Release that hold. My next eye appointment, Mr. Rogers, your retinopathy is gone. My next labs for my endocrinologist, Mr. Rogers, he was leaning, rocking back and forth. Your liver numbers are perfect. My kidney numbers were always good. Your liver numbers are perfect. Your A1C 4.9. It was like, so suffice to say, keto diet is my way of life, and Ozempic is my method, my preferred method of medication of choice, with the assistance of walking for exercise. So when the doctor told me, now that you're not diabetic, do you think you want to change up do you think you need your medications or anything any longer? I said, you know what? I'm not changing anything, because the way I eliminated diabetes is the way I'm going to keep it away. Now I do use the chia seeds with cinnamon and chai and cloves. I do, and tonic in the morning and apple cider vinegar. I do all of that stuff too. But I believe in everything has its place. The walking twice a day, the mornings and the evenings, and the inflammation, all of that stuff is working together, guys. And I'm not going to change my program. I said, no, I like to continue what I'm doing. And she said, oh, and because she's the new primary care, and what does your endocrinologist think? I said, we're on the same page. So just a quick story to let you guys know what's going on. But if it's a help to you, feel free to use it. And if you have any information to share, put it in the comments, because this is what this is about. We're here to create a community that we all can grow together in diabetic health. For me, I believe I'm a person that I'm very, I take the information, I digest it and follow it. For me, the keto diet worked. The keto diet did work better than the balanced diet for me. And that worked from when I was diagnosed until last year. That worked for like 15 years. I had very well under control blood sugar. But the additional processes other than blood sugar, the Ozempic solved those issues for me, because it really did lowered my blood sugar enough that it slowed down the infection rate that the infections were feeding off. The blood sugar was slower the way they were advancing before. So it helped me, and then the weight fell off. I was on a keto diet, but I wasn't losing the weight that I expected. But when I just had my A1C was great, but when they put the Ozempic with the keto, bam, I lost 60 pounds. But guys, quick story to let you guys know how today was. But if you have any questions, put it in the comment. If you have any information to share, put it in the comments. But I appreciate your support. Like, follow, and we're going to grow this community together, guys. Appreciate your support.